don't know if I can take on Yuri on yet. I need to heal still. I don't know if I can beat him. But I have to try. I have to find him first. Or should I? Not a bad view. Better check up on Paxton. It's kind of my fault. I'm the one who let Yuri out in this world. I only have myself to blame. Yeah, it's official. I need to check out on Paxton. But first, wait. Is that Prez?
Sean, thank God, I finally found you.
Prez, what are you doing here? You should have listened to me. We're supposed to be parting ways.
Well, that's the thing, Sean. I came here to ask you of a favor. You see, I'm not going to be available to duel within the next 2 months because of something I'm going to be doing with Minako Kaiba. How often do you think you're going to be around Yuri and the rest of the Phantoms?
Honestly, I don't know. But if they're up for a challenge, I guess I'll have to take them on, even though I'm at full health. So why are you asking anyway?
Well, I guess I should have to explain it to you, considering that I owe you one. Well, the reason I'm asking you is because I won't be here for the next 2 months. You see, the battle between the Sacred Beasts and even the Wicked God cards, it's become too much for me to handle at one time, and it's obvious that I can't even handle myself now. And with everybody trying to come at me with a Wicked God card at my disposal. Minako Kaiba gave me a medical disposal, an injection, and I'm going to be put into hibernation for the next 2 months. And by the time I awaken, we might already be at a disadvantage. But still, I'm asking you this. If one of the Phantoms ever try and come up for a Wicked God card of mine, the Wicked Avatar, and you try your best to defend yourself against them, would there be any chance that you would have ever needed my help for the rest of the journey?
You sure hibernation's the way to go? It might be foolish of you. They can get a huge lead. Hell, they can probably even take the Avatar away from you. What are you thinking? It's a bad idea.
Yeah, hibernation. Being a bad idea, I had a feeling you were gonna say that. Well, you know what? When you're in the face of a Wicked God card and there's 12 different guys coming at me, what else am I resorted to? Hibernation is really the only way I can recover myself in my mind. Think about it, if I come back into this fight, and I go into the condition that I'm already in, we're going to lose anyway. For me, resting up for that amount of time is really the best option I have left for myself. And the whole search for Excalibur, it used to be just about saving my parents, and of course my brother. However, the world's at stake now. Really, what else am I resorted to?
Hold on, my phone's vibrating. Hello? Who is this? The warden? No. Alright. Thanks for letting me know. Prez, we have to get out of here. We have to find somewhere safe to talk to. This place should be good. Oh man. Not good.
Okay. Sean, We're below a freaking bridge, and you just changed your tone. You sound like you're panicking. What's so important that we have to go under a bridge to talk about?
That call I got was about an inmate. An inmate I put in jail. Here's a story. Back when I was on the Duel Academy, there was a teacher who went by the name of Shadowmere. He was great and everything. He loved his students, but he had a dark side. He wasn't the teacher we thought he was. Secretly, he was stealing children's souls for a greater cause. And that cause was to find Excalibur. That's where I learned the story from. Some say that Excalibur could be achieved with enough souls. That's why he started collecting. But when I found out about him, I was the one who took him down. I defeated him in a duel. At first I thought his soul was taken, but I guess not. After the duel, he was still alive somehow, but weak enough for him to go to jail. He's been in prison for about 4 years now. But now, supposedly, he's out of jail. His body's missing. They went in his cell, nothing, not a trace of him. Even his dueling deck is gone. And I'm afraid he's back, and he might be working underneath Maverick. I thought he was gone for good. He was in one of the top-notch jails. I don't know how he escaped, but he might be after me. He may be after you. I don't know what else to say.
Shadowmere, of course. You know something? After I was taken in unconscious with that duel between Maverick and Pedro, of course you should know that because you were there. Apollo, he was in the Phantoms for that one time. And he said that 2 guys came in and he mentioned that name Shadowmere.
What?
I know, it sounds rough, but I guess you were right about that last part. Apparently Shadowmere is working among Maverick now. And I think it has something to do with Paxton as well, because, I don't know, Paxton and I were always best friends. And ever since we've known each other, we've always had this connection towards each other. Feelings of happiness, anger, sadness, disgrace. And after that duel, I don't know what happened. It felt like Paxton just kind of disappeared. The strongest part of him just kind of, I can't explain it, but it's nothing good. And apparently, whatever that Shadowmere guy's up to, it looks like he's already started. Hey Sean.
Yeah?
Hold up a sec. I just thought of something. How could we really let all of this happen? These are really dark times. An international criminal just escaped. And just seeing you again, you're a great duelist and everything, it would have been just easier to say,
Hello.
Just good to see you again.
Yeah?
Speaking of which, Sean, you've been leading us nowhere. Where the freaking A are we?
We're in Misawa.
Misawa?
I'm sorry, I can never pronounce this town right.
Misawa Town or something?
Yeah.
Okay, Misawa Town. What's this place about?
It's just good for duels, hanging around.
Let me guess, you used to hang around here and the Phantoms came by and scared everybody? Yeah.
I haven't been here for a while, though.
I can see that.
The last time I was here, I was really little.
I see. Those same kind of memories. I understand.
Remember, when I was little, I went to the Duel Academy.
Of course.
Yep. And this is the second time I've actually been here.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
It's a beautiful town.
Well, we might as well see if anybody's still here and we can get some info on where the Phantoms are. What do you think? Should we keep going?
Sure, let's go.
Alright, let's go. Yeah.
Sorry to drag you along.
It's okay, this Misawa town you were speaking of, this place isn't so bad.
It was a lot better before the Phantoms ruined it.
Yeah, I just noticed that there's nobody else here.
No, yeah, they probably took a bunch of duelist souls for Excalibur.
That's so sad, we couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, well, in the meantime, you will probably go in hibernation, right?
I'm due for tomorrow, at least the day after that, and I'm not going to be able to wake up for another 2 months.
Who's going to be guarding your back?
Well, the thing is, Minako Kaiba, she set up a hyperbolic chamber for myself, so I can be guarded no matter what. And the condition is, it's also got a small pack for me to keep my dueling deck in. So even if those 2 months pass and we're still at a disadvantage, at least they still won't be able to take that last Wicked God card.
That's good to hear.
So we'll still have the upper hand for the next 2 months with my sleeping time.
Woodley.
What about you? What are you gonna do?
I'm probably gonna go to visit your friend Paxton.
Paxton, of course.
Paxton, yes.
I feel terrible. I'm his best friend, and yet I can't.
I
be
feel
there
responsible
for
for this demise.
him. You know what? We can't get anywhere with ourselves having to blame ourselves for every little thing that's ever happened.
Sorry, but I always put the blame game on myself. Because I've done so much to ruin people's
That's not
lives.
going to solve anything. All we have to do now is move forward. Considering the odds that we're up against, it's not going to be that easy. So what do you suppose we do?
I don't know. You want to go to Triple Rays again?
I suppose this time for good.
Not for good. I will be back. Don't worry.
Good to hear.
Just don't know when. Depends. I might have to keep a guard on Paxton. But I have a feeling the Wicked Racer's in Maverick's hands already.
If that's the case, then the only thing he needs left is the Wicked Avatar. You guys are going to have to find some way to chip through the fandoms for the next 2 months, because the Wicked Avatar will already be safe with me.
Yeah.
However, I do ask this one thing of you before you end up leaving.
Sure.
Just after this Maverick incident is all over and done with, I already told Paxton that we'd be meeting up. I suppose I would ask you to do the same as well.
Sure.
We'll be competing in a national tournament together, hopefully, if all goes well.
Huh. I haven't been to those in a long time. Settle says I need to start entering tournaments, because he is sponsoring me, but I've got too much on my plate.
That's good to hear. So, I suppose we might as well take off.
See you later, man.
It's been a pleasure.
Duel you later.
Yep. And Sean in that tournament. Yeah, I'll be seeing your back again in the winner's circle.
Sure you will, when I win.
The world is coming apart, thanks to Excalibur. Isn't it a beautiful sight? Watching the world.
What?
Shadow Mirror. Shadow Mirror. Dead side. Hurts like hell. Whatever. Shadow Mirror.
You know what Prez Kamori just created, right? That storm that's a brew? It's created from that star that appeared in the sky. When I dueled him, 2 wicked gods appeared at once. And that created the unstable skies. He obviously underestimated the powers of this world. He didn't know a star would be created. But apparently that's what happened. It's all thanks to him now.
I perfectly know what's going on. Perez is responsible for this, of course. I find it perfect. The world needs to be damaged as it is. Wants to take over. People are dying as we speak because of this tear. More souls to be offered. It's quite perfect, Pedro.
You know what, Shadow Mirror? I don't trust you. The reason the Phantoms were created for Maverick's own twisted reasons. However, Apollo, Zack Pies, Framer, and even Camion, they all have their reasons for being resurrected for the Shadow Games. You, however, you were sent into prison. You were taken out and you almost died. I don't see why you would come to join us and luckily just give the Wicked Eraser to Maverick. I don't trust you, and furthermore, you sicken me. All I ever wanted from this was to get my revenge on Prez. And after that, I'm out of this dump.
I don't care what you think of me. We all know I have two after Excalibur. One part member doesn't know about the 1,000 souls. Clearly, an unbalanced player can't hold the blade.
How dare you speak of Prez Komori like that? You should both realize by now that without him we can't obtain the Wicked Avatar. Or have you two forgotten what it takes to get Excalibur in the first place?
You speak of Prez Komori as if you actually care about him. You should know better than that as well. Know your place around here. You don't have the right to talk like that. You're nothing above myself or Maverick.
Ha 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 ha! Ice Cold Pedro, I love how you say that. What gives you the right to say that above everybody else? May I also remind you how you lost the Canadian Championship to Prez Komori? And yet after that one loss, you had to persist after him with your own evil intentions just to still come after him all these months. Yet you get two other intentions and two other opportunities to come at him, and yet you still fail. You're a failure, Ice Cold Pedro. You're nothing compared to the rest of us Phantoms. You should be thanking God that you're still alive in the Shadow Games. Otherwise, I could change that right now if I wanted to.
You! If you didn't have special privileges by Maverick, I would have squashed you like a bug by now. How dare you talk to me like that?
Break it up, ladies. We have work to do. Or did you forget that already?
Whatever. You're both disgusting. I don't have to put up with this anymore. So this is it. It's the same road, the same place where I first dueled against Paxton. Oh my god, that was so long ago. And all this stuff that happened. How did it all come to this anyway? Come to think of it, this is also the place where I last dueled against Paxton before I set off on myself to search for Excalibur 2. All of this happening, what really happened? Not even the same person as I was back then. Not even the same person that first met with Paxton on this same road. Hell, this isn't even my dueling deck. This isn't my dueling deck. This is just a collection of cards. I took these from other guys who still wanted to find Excalibur, and I ripped them of their chances. Even from my own older brother. How can I really call myself a duelist anymore like this? Even with what's happened with Maverick and Pedro, and all of the others. I wish I could still go back to those times. To just go back to being a regular duelist. But I can't now, and this deck definitely shows for it. But at least it's not all bad. I'm getting closer to finding them. I can feel it. It's still far away from those older times. We used to be plain old duelists, didn't we, Jake? Well, now look at this. The Phantoms are almost unstoppable. And what am I saying with Nationals, with Paxton and Sean? I don't even know if that's gonna happen. What if we don't have a future by then? No. No! I won't let it end like that. No matter what happens from here on out, I'll just have to paint my own future. Whether it's good or bad, I'll just have to work with what I've got. And whatever happens, I'll do my best to get the future that I want. Go back with Sean, Paxton, and everybody. Jake, wherever you are, I'm gonna make it happen. And whatever happens in those 2 months of my hibernation, whatever happens, I'm not sure. But I guess we'll have to find out.